You know what I like? It's a mystery. Trying to figure something out. Why is it the way it is? Like what's going on here? As an example, here in Sacramento, there is a park locally that is exactly 1 mile around if you walk it. And it's like, well, why is that? It's in the middle of a residential neighborhood, and it's exactly, like I said, the park itself is exactly 1 mile. And it turns out the reason why is back in the day, late 1800s, it was a horse racing track. And then they sold the land around it, built a neighborhood, and the builder just decided to turn what was a racetrack for horses into a park. Mystery solved. But I like that kind of stuff. So anyway, welcome everybody. Once again, my name is Alister. I'm your host of The Modern Modernist, and today we're in just that. Like, this house was built in 1959. It is definitely a mid-mod house. In fact, let's just go. People ask me all the time, like, what's mid-mod, Alister? Well, standard. We'll walk outside. We'll put this house right behind us as we go. See? Don't mind the work truck in the driveway on the other side. But that is kind of your traditional mid-mod style home. And that's where we're at. We're at Montclaire Street today here in Sacramento. Kind of a cool neighborhood. It's filled with all mid-mods. And it is definitely not your traditional Streng built homes. Definitely not Eichlers. This home was built in 1959. So there's the mystery, or at least starts, because Streng brothers weren't in town yet. It's 1959. They're not here. They're here physically. They got here in 58, but they didn't start building mid-mods till 1960. And so who built this? If I had to guess, it's going to be a guess because I tried to do a little looking up. My guess is this is most likely going to be a Joseph R. Cowden build era home, because Eichler's left. He's gone. He came to Sacramento 56-ish. By 57, 58, he built 60 homes. No one was buying them. It was a flop. He left. And that was that. Gone. But there's still people here building homes. It was the mid-mod movement market was actually starting to gain momentum. It's almost like Eichler got here too soon. And so here we are, 1959. This is a cool house. It's been, what's the best way to put it? It's been modified, restored. I don't know if it was a flip or not. I'm not sure. But it's definitely been gone through and had some alterations done. The hardcore folks, they're gonna cry, scream, be like, oh my gosh. I like the way it's done. It is done in standard, traditional, like, contractor white, everything with black. All the fixtures, handles, all the bathrooms, as you will see. Speaking of which, bathrooms, they're mostly interior bathrooms in this house. For some reason today, the electricity is turned off. It's not on, so I got here to film thinking it'll all be good. So we're gonna have some rooms that can be a little dark, so I do apologize. But let's start in the kitchen, right? So, like I said, it is traditional, all white, and all your hardware is in black. See the front door where I came in? That's actually black. And hardware, what I like about this front door, ready? They actually did, it's not shaped, it's all smooth, which I kind of like. I like that. So we get a lot of traffic out there, mailman's here. So I kind of like that. Interesting thing about this in kitchen design, you always want to form a triangle. So a triangle would be sink, stove top, and then should have a refrigerator right in front of us, right? But we don't. It's actually across the way. It's right there. So there's actually a countertop if we go this way. Hold on a second. See that? So your fridge should be, it's right here, right? It is there, boom. It's kind of outside of that triangle. It's an older home, built for a different time. I can guarantee you that kitchen layout was not that way when this house was built. And so you're kind of dealing with that. But I mean, it is kind of a neat little thing where they've got the fridge, because the other thing you get in these older homes, you don't get pantries. You don't have a lot of storage. So what they've done is, there's the fridge nook, and then around it is cabinets. So that's your pantry. Pretty cool idea. I kind of like it. Even though it is good, I could see a cook. If you like to cook, it's gonna be frustrating to get to that sink. Now, what I do like about this, another thing, windows. But look at this bad boy, ready? Holy cow. Yeah, so if you don't like being in view of people, you're gonna need some curtains. But that's a big window right out front. Fireplaces, we always talk about fireplaces on here. Mid-mod, sadly, they painted over it. I like the raw brick. I would probably literally, if I was to buy this home, I'd sandblast that brick back to its original brick. I like it. It's not a Carter Sparks fireplace, that's for sure, because he tend to use, like I said, the subway tile shaped bricks and then stack them all uniformly, not offset. And this has kind of the same thing again, see? We've got this kind of a brick effect, but I wouldn't paint over this. I'd sandblast that down and bring the brick back, that's me. But it is an open fireplace, it's nice. So let's just get straight into, let's go down the hallway. So we come, like I said, we're electricity, it's not on today, unfortunately. Washer dryer, it's inside. Same thing again with these homes, with these mid-mods, you didn't have the washer dryer in the house, they're usually typically in the garage. So they've created an alcove here and there's a washer dryer right in the hallway, which is kind of nice. So we've got this little bedroom right here, which is nice. This has a window outside, that's a carport. So on one side is a carport, which is cool. On the other side is a 2-car garage, very rare. Mid-mods typically have a garage or they have a carport, not both, which is cool. We do have a built-in closet. So there we go, kind of nice. And once again, like I said, we're supposed to be doing mid-mods. It's got these textured, see, this should be flat. We've talked about mid-mods before being organic, and it's kind of like a secondary organic, in the sense this is how the material comes out once, you know, it goes from a tree to a flat piece of wood, you leave it. You don't do, like I said, again, see, that's not mid-mod. But I get it, it is modern, the way it's done. So it's just, you know, I'm not a fan. I love the way this bathroom is done, by the way, but this is gonna be freaking here. It's gonna be a mess. I wish I didn't realize we weren't gonna have power today in the house, but there we go. Sink, black. The whole room is white and it's all black fixtures. This actually has a tub. This room, let's go over here. So this is your master. We've got window up top. Again, we do have beams. So we're, you know, it's getting that, the Streng brothers with their beams, beam ceilings. We're getting there. Closet in the master. These rooms are on the small side, but it's mid-mod. You didn't have big bedrooms. I'll show you the room that is massive, and I do like it a lot. We do have, so we're in a master bath. I really apologize for no lights. But shower stall, and looking like, yep. So got a rain head, not shower, which I like. And then I like these, I love these things. A lot of people don't like those. I love bowl sinks. I just think it's just kind of a bit of a sink. I like it a lot. So there's the master. We should have, sorry, I'm losing my place in the house. We do have, again, this is another bedroom. A ton of lights coming in. Window up here, and then we've got windows up there. So there's bedrooms, so we got that out of the way. And like I said, with these homes, you don't get a lot of storage in these older homes. But you do have closets, which is kind of nice. So this house, I'm serious, for mid-mod, this age, 1959, this has a ton of storage. For its, I mean, compared to a modern home, no, not at all. But for its era, what you're buying into, absolutely, is a really good example. I was looking around, what we got here, water heater, that's brand new, people. That's good. All right, you ready? So we're gonna do a flip around. This room, I suspect, has been added at some point, A, because of its sheer size, and it's sort of done like a sunroom, but it's since been insulated. You ready? Look at the size of that. That is one incredibly big room. What is interesting too, you're like, oh, if you build a room that big, does it lead into the yard? Funny you should ask. You ready? Watch this. All right, so we're walking down the side, and you ready? I'm gonna do this, stand at this corner, and we're gonna flip this around. Look at the size. That's the side yard, guys. It's not the backyard, that's the side yard. And then over in this corner, there we go, there's a gate. So RV parking, you could definitely put a pool in here. And then behind me, look at that. That is technically your backyard. It's kind of like, it's not that deep, but it goes all the way back here. Because now remember, we have a 2-car garage on one side, and then we have a carport on the other. So that makes for a very wide lot as well. And then you come back here, this is where we get into mid-mod world. You had carports. So in the back of carports, traditionally, you had storage. So it's a little shed, and it has dual access. So you can get to it from the back garden. So you got your mower and all that good stuff, right? So you put that on the back half of the shed. And then we come through here. We're now in, so this is your carport, okay? There's the door, again. I know we've discussed this through the textures. I'm not gonna go over it again. But anyway, it should be a solid door, make it all match. But then on this side of the shed, right, you could put all the stuff you would use if you like, you know, clean out your car, washing your car, soaps, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. So here's something. I'm gonna use the neighbor's house as an example here. A lot of these homes with Eichlers especially, got a lot of underfloor heat. So they weren't built or designed to have ductwork running through the house in the walls above ceilings, right? So the neighbor's house is an exact example of what type of a roof situation you end up with. Do I like it? It is what it is. This is how you solve the problem. You ready? See that? You put all your ductwork on the exterior on the roof. Like, as again, see all this stuff. Oh my gosh. I mean, from an aerial shot, that doesn't look pretty, but it works. It works. But you won't see that in a Streng. Streng solved the problem, and they have like a central spine hallway, and all their ductwork sits below the roof but above that. So it's funny because you'll see people come in like, why is the ceiling higher in the bedroom than the hallway? Well, the hallway is where all the ductwork runs down the central spine of the house, and it's all included. It's all inside. Because once you've got ductwork running on the outside, you got AC running through it. It's cold air, right? Then you got the hot sun baking through it. Your cold air is not going to be as cold. Stuff's got to work harder to work. So it's kind of a downside if it's not a Streng. The Streng brothers did, not only did they build 3,800 homes, they solved a lot of problems that people just didn't realize they were there to get that kind of design. That's right, I like to lock doors as I go through because I'll shut the video off, think I'm done, and then forget which doors I went in and out of. So I like to make sure everything's closed. So this is a kind of a quick tour. Oh, garage. I always forget the garage. See, I don't edit my videos to make them look, you know, over edited. I just shoot it as is so you get to see all my mistakes too, which I kind of like. But once again, like I said, unfortunately, we don't have any lights. But this garage is fascinating to me. So first off, we have a painted floor. I like that. But I'm curious if this garage was added on later too. I think it was part of the original design of the house. But it's 1959, cars were bigger back then. So on the one side, you do end up with a rather deep garage, which means on the back side, you could have a shop. But the way the door walks out, see, it's like this. So we're right here, right? And then it kind of comes in like an alcove. So the other side, in 1959, I don't know of an American car that would fit on this side of the garage because they were big cars when this house was built. But today, you get any type Civic, you know, any kind of small average sized car that'll fit in the garage, no problem at all. But I just thought it was kind of funny when I saw that, because I was like, wow, that's strange, 1959. Because there was not a lot of people driving Volkswagen Bugs, well, maybe here in California, but that's about the only car I can think of back in 59 that was on American roads that would fit. So anyway, just another little walk around this house. I do like this house. I know with mid-mod fans, the traditionalists, this is not going to be a favorite at all. There's stuff here that you would have to undo. But as a whole, the backyard, I love that. That's absolutely huge. You could absolutely put a massive pool in there and still have a big yard to garden in. Fireplace, yes, I get it. But as a whole, no, I really, really do like this house. It is very, very cool. 1959, it's like we're just getting before the Streng brothers pick up steam in 1960. This is a very, very good example of a mid-mod home here in Sacramento, and of the era and of what to expect when you're buying your mid-mod home. So it's another good example. So anyway, once again, my name's Alister. This is the Modern Modernist. I would like to thank the listing agent, Spencer. Thank you very, very much. I always do appreciate it when listing agents give me access to their listings to do videos in. Very gracious. And so any questions, my information is below. Once again, thank you very much. Be good to each other, humans. Take care. Bye-bye.